Welcome back to Off the Monstah. My name is Derek. I'm here with Jeremy, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Brown, and the Red Sox are still undefeated in spring training. Talk about a special run. 162 and no, maybe? I mean, they haven't lost yet. I know what they have, 3 ties, but hey, it's something. But we're going to start the show off on a little bit of a different pace here.
Wait, I feel like we have unprecedented news. Mr.
Yes.
Taylor had 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Yes.
I know we got to talk about the Red Sox. The Red Sox come and go. They've been here for throughout our lifetimes, but 1,000 followers for Mr. Taylor. Congratulations.
Twitter royalty.
Hey, man. How about that shit? 1,035 human souls want to listen to my absolute bullshit and rah-rah stuff. It's a wild ride, considering about 4 or 5 months ago, I had 1 follower, and that was my wife. And that's because I kept my account on private and just, followed people, and mainly for, Red Sox news and banter. But I opened it up and fucking here we go, gentlemen. So if 1,035 people know who the fuck I am, 1,035 people know who the fuck y'all are, and we're gonna get your numbers up there.
Well, Fenway South must know what's going on down in Florida because they're undefeated, like you said, Stats.
Fucking A.
Heck yeah. Oh, the Red Sox are doing great. However, there's another team that's doing great, another Boston team. Let's get straight to it. The Boston Bruins.
The Celtics
won again. No, Celtics were awful the other night. We're not talking about that. The Boston, yes, they are also green, just like our show, Off the Monstah. But no, we're not talking about them. We're talking about the Bruins. The Bruins might have the most outrageous team anyone's ever seen play, ever.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. This is the best team in my lifetime because they are, and I might never see a team to this extent ever again in my lifetime. I fell in love with the Bruins about the same time I fell in love with World Wrestling Foundation, watching Jimmy Superfly Snooker jump off the top rope and bleeding from the head. It took me a few years to realize it was fake blood, but it was also the same time I started watching Stan Jonathan with the Boston Bruins and Terry O'Reilly. I'll tell you what, that blood was not fake. And since that, over the last 40 years, there have been some sensational teams, the ups and downs, Reggie Lemons, Pete Peters. I'm talking in my era, the teams that I've watched over that time. Cam Neely, who was a generational player. We look at Connor McDavid. I think Cam Neely might be the only player that could step in any generation and still be able to play in that. He could be in this 2020-23 league and still be able to put up the numbers. He looks like Connor McDavid looks like Cam Neely reborn with speed, which Cam Neely didn't have. We'll get into the Al Samuelson story here in a second.
McDavid was made in a lab.
McDavid in a Canadian lab, but that's the story for another time. They've had fantastic teams over the last 40 years since I've been watching. Like I said, back in the early 90s, nobody could have beat Gretzky, but they did their best. Cam Neely, Craig Janney,
Raymond Bourque.
Yeah, Raymond Bourque was my idol growing up. It was the very first sports card I ever collected when I was about 14 years old. I still have that rookie card. I have cards that are worth 20 times as much. I could sell them tomorrow. I wouldn't care, but I'll never get rid of that Ray Bourque rookie card. But where I'm getting with this is you got a team that, for instance, I'll just pull out. I don't want to pull out too many stats, but these 3 alone just show you the dominance of the Boston Bruins this year. They have 105 goal differential. The closest team to them is 52. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
outrageous.
That's
it's
insane.
Outrageous.
I mean, even if you don't know hockey, if you know baseball, put that in baseball terms, you're scoring twice as much runs. We'll say there were Yankee teams, there were Red Sox teams that put up enormous amounts of runs, but hockey is a totally different.
This is like the 2018 Red Sox, but if they won like 130 games, not 108.
I hate to put the Yankees up, but there was a Yankee team. Well, I'll just say there was a Yankee team some time ago in the last 20 years that did put up astronomical numbers. There were leaps and bounds above the rest of the league. But 2 other stats I want to throw out is if they score first, they are undefeated in regulation, which they only have 3 overtime losses. And the same goes if they go into the third period and they're up, they have not lost in regulation. Guys, we're 3/4 of the season through. That's not a blip on the radar. Those are facts. This is just a fantastic. This is why I want to talk about the Bruins, not because I love the Bruins, but this is a great historic team that we're getting to watch day in and day out. Whether you're a Bruins fan or you're just a passive, I'm a Boston fan, but I'll watch them just to watch. Get your kids on, watch them. You might never see anything like this again in our lifetime. Yeah, they did great at the trade deadline, adding some grit, sandpaper, as Jim Montgomery said.
Bobby Orlov.
I love it.
Bobby Orlov.
My dad did not like it when I brought it up this morning. I think he had like a mini heart attack when I said anything that relates to Bobby Orr, because that was his guy. Like Ray Bork was my guy.
It is the greatest nickname I think anyone's ever come up with.
It is a great nickname, and
there is a little kicker to it that I personally loved. Is now it's Bobby Skorlov.
Yeah,
I like that.
There's also that.
Yeah, that is fantastic. But then you go to Allmark, and this is why even if the Bruins stop scoring just 10-20% of what they're scoring in the regular season into the playoffs, their defense is by far at the top of the league. And then you get to Allmark and Swayman. Allmark leads the league in every goalie statistic there is. I mean, he could go and not win a game for the rest of the season. He's still winning the Vezina Trophy. That's insane at this
it's
point.
Outrageous.
Yeah,
and he scored a goal.
And he scored a goal.
Yeah.
So I had to get that off my chest. I mean, I love my Red Sox. The Red Sox have not started playing meaningful games yet. But the Bruins have been playing out of this world. I had them dead last. I didn't even have them making the playoffs this year. When I looked at this season, I saw an old team. I had lost faith in Don Sweeney. I didn't know why Foligno was on this team. I didn't know a lot of things about this team. I understand we had good goaltending. We had good depth in defensemen. But other than that, we had a lot of guys on the injured reserve when we started. We had Marchand. McAvoy, who were injured for the first, but they still just destroyed it. So.
Yeah. Well, also, too, you got to think it, too. Like, remember when we traded for Pavel Zacha and people were like, why would we just trade Eric Haula? Like, why are we trading him? And then it's like, we got back Pavel Zacha. I know Zacha had his struggles in New Jersey, but like, they got like Zacha like was supposed to be like really good. Like people don't remember that.
And he's finally putting it up.
And he's putting it together this year on a line with Pasternak, who is outrageous. Just got that massive extension. So hats off to Don Sweeney on
the
that.
Czech line
and
is
then
awesome to
yes,
watch.
The Czech line is. They got to find another Czech center after when Krejci leaves, because
and they got another 20-30 goal scorer, Tyler Bertuzzi. He's been injured the last.
God. He's on the third line.
And he's on the third line.
At best, he's on the third line.
And they'll probably get Hall back by the playoffs.
Yeah.
More likely.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is like we talk about like that Pavel Zacha move. The reason I love it, Zacha can still play center if you need him to. You talk in a couple of years and maybe Krejci and Bergeron are gone. Like you get Zacha up the middle, you put Pasternak on the right, and maybe you'd look at like a Taylor Hall or a Bertuzzi on the left.
So the reason I bring up the Bruins, it's not to go in this long tangent about hockey and make this into a hockey podcast. That's not what I want to do. You know, it's spring training. There's some fun to it. We're undefeated still, but we are very privileged to be Boston fans in general. Boston fans. We saw a fantastic 2018 team that we might never see records be broken to that extent from a Red Sox perspective. And I don't think we'll ever see the records they're about to smash. You know, they were the first team, the fastest team to 100 points. And they're going to keep on going. So I look forward to watching them over the next 6 weeks. I'm going to see them here at a week and a half in Chicago with their minor league team. Unfortunately, the the Rockford Ice Hog team that they're going to have to put out against the Boston Bruins. I feel bad for them, but
the Chicago Tank Hawks.
If you're into betting, bet the over on that game.
Tank for Bedard. It's on. There's like 20 teams trying to tank for Bedard. I love Carter Bedard, but it's outrageous how many teams are just trying to lose just to get him, and only one of them is gonna get him. And the thing is, like, it's like remember the McDavid draft. Like, oh, if you don't get McDavid, at least you get Eichel. It's Connor Bedard. Or, like, there's not like yes, there's other options in the draft after Bedard, but there's Bedard and then like massive drop off to the next crop of really good guys. But it's like it's like, for example, like in the MLB draft, if like, oh no, it's almost like tank for Marcelo Meyer, except the Red Sox somehow got him at 4 instead of 1 because the Pirates are cheap.
All right, last comment on the Bruins. The Bruins were in this scenario about 15 years ago. They could either have gone after Taylor Hall or Tyler Seguin. Edmonton went after Taylor Hall. They got him, and they went with Tyler Seguin. You know, neither of them, weirdly enough, panned out. And it took them a couple teams to finally pan out and have successful careers. You know, obviously,
well,
yes,
Edmonton
Hall
was a
did have an
train wreck
MVP
then,
year in
though.
New Jersey. Seguin is kind of tailored off. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both towards the end of their career. Don't get me wrong.
Somewhat, yeah.
But you never know. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get a McDavid with that first round draft.
You're more with Bedard though. You're pretty sure you're gonna get something good. It's not like Lafreniere where everyone thought Lafreniere, but like Bedard's putting up like once in like a generation numbers in the CHL right now. But I do want to wrap up on this for the Bruins. So this Bruins team is something that we kind of just have to enjoy. I know some people are like, oh, well, don't win the President's Trophy because the President's Trophy winner hasn't won the Stanley. Guess what? Who cares?
No.
Who cares? Enjoy the rides. Don't start enjoy the journey, right? We talk about like memorable seasons. Like, for example, 2018. Yes, the end destination was amazing, but what makes it even greater was the journey of how amazing that season was, right?
Yeah, say what you want about Cora, but I love the pictures in his wall of his office of every win that they got throughout that journey. You know, that's what captured it for me when I was watching. I didn't realize I was watching history, but as it kept on going on, you're like, wow, this team is just different.
Yeah.
You know, you got teams that, okay, they kind of wither off at the end of the season, but that wasn't that team. They have potential. They knew they had potential, and they did damage.
Yeah, that team won 119 games between the regular season and the postseason. That Red Sox team, like, that's special. But no, let's move on to baseball talk. Let's hold off on the Red Sox for half a second. I want to talk to Jeremy about this because I know he's excited about this. There's been and this is coming up real soon. The World Baseball Classic. I'm hyped up about it. I know Jeremy is. We're getting close and close to this. To this World Baseball Classic.
For those who don't know, Jeremy's actually in Japan. That's why the video is a little quality. He's from a tortured prison cell of North Korea.
The Chinese baseball team picked him up to cover the team.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh no, he froze, Jeremy.
I live comfortably here. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
We know the internet's shady in the prison lifetime, but go ahead.
Yeah, it is. All right. So, World Baseball Classic. Actually, I did see something that is a bit of a blow to the Dominican team. Vlad Guerrero Jr. pulled out because I believe a knee issue. I don't think that ruins their chances too much because that team is still just looking at that roster. It's like this is a juggernaut, and missing Vlad Guerrero Jr. is like, okay, you know what? You're it's only like, you know, getting, I don't know, an eyelash or a hangnail or something like that, where it's like, yeah, we're fine. Like, it's not going to be a problem with that Dominican team. Yeah, World Baseball Classic. It starts up next week, and I'm thrilled about it because for me, the World Baseball Classic is what I think baseball should be across the world. Like, you see the World Cup in soccer, right? Countries celebrate it. It is a full-on party, and you know, they shut down for it. And you have spots like Japan, Dominican, even parts of Mexico where they shut down for baseball because it's a huge thing to them. Puerto Rico is another one. They love baseball, and they'll shut down for it. In this country, we invented the damn sport, and I feel like that's what we need to be. Like, to have our own country go out, play these other countries. And last time we won it, and I was ecstatic. This year, I honestly think we're bringing back a roster that could do it again. I know pitching's a little suspect in
Yes,
spots, but
very much.
it's suspect for pretty much everybody but Japan and Dominican, pretty much. And
Yeah. I'd
yeah,
argue Dominican could be a little suspect because they're missing some guys. They have Alcantara, but then that
they are.
second spot's a little iffy.
Yeah, they're a little suspect. I mean, I think the best all around team is probably Japan. The best offensive team for sure is Dominican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dominican,
sure.
they have Alcantara and Christian Javier, but after that, who's your third? Like, that's kind of the question.
Right.
It's like, but what Japan, like, Roki Sasaki, 21 years old, out of Japan. He pitched in their exhibition game, I think, yesterday. Yes, so 2 days or 3 days, whenever you hear this, I don't know. He pitched, I think it was on the 3rd in Japan. He threw a fastball in Japan at 102 point something miles per hour. The fastest pitch in the NPB was the same speed as that. Fastest pitch ever in the NPB, and that was from Shohei when he was still over in Japan.
Yeah.
And Roki Sasaki is gonna here's what's so crazy about him. Yoshinobu Yamamoto won the MVP, and I forget which NPB league it was. I forget what league it was, but he was one of the MVPs in the NPB. Sasaki, who's 21, is going to be ahead of him in Japan's rotation, hypothetically. Yamamoto's, he's still only 24, and I think there's a chance he comes over to the big leagues after 2023. So that could be something to watch. But Sasaki could make himself, like, he's already kind of be a big name, but like put this World Baseball Classic in, and oh my gosh, like his high, like last year, Sasaki threw a perfect it wasn't perfect. Threw a no-hitter, right, in Japan in the NPB last year. 9 innings, threw a no-hitter, struck out 19 guys. The next game, he comes back, throws 8 innings of no-hit ball with 14 strikeouts, and then the manager takes him out going in before the 9th inning.
So it's almost a lost thing with MLB.
That's outrageous, though. But that's outrageous.
It is.
That's
right.
So outrageous.
It is. And we used to have that. And that's what I think some of these rule changes in MLB are trying to do. They're trying to get back to what, like, Jeff or Taylor, the baseball that we grew up with, where, you had your starter go out, and if he didn't make it 7 innings, that's a problem. And, if he got you 7 innings and, then you could bring in kind of a bridge guy and then your closer. Okay, cool. It wasn't necessarily, I don't want to say it was more exciting baseball. It's just whenever you had problems early, you knew that bullpen was just going to be decimated. How are they going to get through it? And so watching baseball then, to have a team go on like a 10-game win streak or something like that, it was a lot more fun to watch because you knew what was happening and you knew what was going on. But also too, this whole thing of, like, hitters facing a guy for a third time, that doesn't happen anymore. And that familiarity doesn't, happen anymore. So yes, there's more strikeouts and that, which anybody who's seen Bull Durham, strikeouts are fascist. I totally believe that. But and I'm kind of going down the MLB hole here, but and I do want to bring it back to World Baseball Classic. Like, anybody who watches this, if you're like, I'm kind of out on World Baseball Classic, or, I don't get it or anything like that,
just try it.
Really, just try it. Watch the crowd, watch the players,
watch the Dominican Puerto Rico game in Miami. The ticket prices, I look for the ticket prices, like getting priced like $180.
Right.
So I think you're directing that comment to Taylor and myself, is that, we're not as familiar with the rosters as you guys are. And I'm looking forward to it just to see the players from East Asia, Japan,
Dude,
Korea.
Japan and Korea at 5 a.m. is going to be electric.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's going to be
so
electric.
I'm not going to get anything at work done. Nobody's watching this podcast at work.
Japan and Korea. No, that game legitimately is going to be at 5 a.m. Eastern.
So
Japan
Taylor, I know you're retired. How many games are you going to be able to catch all these games, or are you just sticking to your Red Sox?
I'm sticking to my Red Sox, man. I'll be honest with you. I don't give a thunder's fuck about the baseball classic.
Hey, Doogie and Duran on Team Mexico in that outfield are going to be fun. Okay.
Did Duran finally choose Mexico?
Yeah, we've known he's going to play for Mexico for a while.
Has he? I thought he was wavering.
No.
Him
and Doogie seem really tight. Duran and Verdugo. They seem like really
That'll be a
tight.
fun team.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
Mexico will
dude!
be a fun
With
team.
Urias on the mound as their ace. The only thing here's the thing: World Baseball Classic, you have to have a good bullpen because remember that pool play round, pitchers cannot throw more than 65 pitches. So they're only going to be able to go, 4 or 5 innings maybe. You need a bullpen. Then even in the quarterfinals, pitchers can only throw 80 pitches. You need a bullpen. And then even in the semifinals in the championship game in that final, pitchers can't throw more than 95 pitches. So you have to have a bullpen, right? And that's where some teams that have a lack of bullpen, like a team like Mexico, like I've looked at their bullpen, like Gallegos is great in the 9th inning, but how are you going to get it to him? Because Urias in that first game against, I don't know who Mexico is playing in that first game, but Urias is going to be great to have Urias in that first game. He throws 65 pitches, right? Now he comes out in the 5th inning. How are you going to get it to the ninth to Gallegos? And then Urias, because he throws more than 50 pitches, needs 4 days of rest by WBC rules.
Right.
So then, like Patrick Sandoval pitches against the U.S. for Mexico, which I think has already been confirmed. Now he throws 65 pitches. Now he needs 4 days rest, right? So there's also that. You'll get bullpen guys. You throw more than 20 pitches, you need a day. I think it's more than 20, you need a day rest. You throw more than 30 or 35, whatever the number is, you need at least 2 days of rest or whatever it is. Like you can't these aren't you gotta follow the rules here. That's why you need yes, you could kind of get by with 2 star pitchers and then just like a third guy. But also you also gotta look at the tournament. Like Marcus Stroman won MVP in 2017. And that was basically off his performance in that final game, in the championship game, where he went 7 innings, didn't give up a hit, and was dominant against Puerto Rico, who he's now pitching for.
See, once again, I just want to take it a little bit away from the World Baseball Classic and bring it back to Mr. Taylor and my world. Is that this is the one thing that's worried me the entire time, is that you're going to have Chris Sale finally get on the mound. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everybody. Come on, put our tinfoil hats. He's going to get on the mound this week. But they're going to be glorified bullpen sessions, because who is he going to be facing? Because a lot of the premier players are not going to be in spring training.
They're pitching against Detroit. They don't have anyone to send anyways. They suck.
Well,
who are they going to send?
Once I said glorify bullpen session.
Javi Baez swings and misses at everything that gets thrown to him.
But my point is that these pitchers are they're gonna be building up their arms, but when they start opening day, beginning of the season, they wouldn't have faced premier hitting. And I think pitching is going, and I'm not just saying this for the Red Sox, I'm saying this for the entire major league. I think pitching is going to suffer, which it usually does. Hitting usually warms up a lot quicker than pitching at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
but I think
it'll Bobby Dahlbeck that.
But I think it'll be more so this year. What do you say, Mr. Taylor?
I think Chris Sale is going to be fucking just fine. He's got the most rested arm in probably all of the majors, next to Paxton, even though Mr. Paxton's got a grade 1 hammy strain. But he'll still be fine for the first probably second week of the season, which would be good to go. Chris Sale's going to come out and throw straight fucking hammers at guys on Monday. And he's going to scare some kids at JetBlue Park. Police may be called because of the fire that's coming out of his fucking shoulder. Fire department on the ready.
Call the ambulance.
Burning motherfuckers down left and right.
Folks, this is how you get to 1,000 followers, and why we're struggling in the team. I got like 80 followers, but this is right here. Right here is why you get to 1,000 followers.
Reese, talking about Reese quick hands over here, and Mr. Taylor's just like, go Red Sox. And we're trying to talk about Reese quick hands and Cassis's mustache and all that stuff.
All in general.
Straight, they're going to be just fine, gents. I've been watching the temperament over Red Sox Twitter over the last several days, and you got your continued naysayers, and they can go fuck themselves. But I get their concern. I get their concern. I understand what they want. Every off season,
they're just upset they won't get to see Wong Dongs at the start of the season.
Yeah, no shit. But they're gonna be just
Connor
fine.
Wong homers.
I feel like we need to start putting like an R-rated version once we go to Taylor. You know, it just shit goes off the hill. You know, Wong Dong.
I learned
Kids are gonna need their
guys,
mummies for PTSD. You know, better get the lollipops ready.
Wong Dongs and Reese Quick Ends and a Dollar Tree.
Break out.
I have learned something tonight. I have learned that apparently Chris Sale isn't the only one that's going to be throwing some damn heat, because Mr. Taylor is just like throwing a whole bunch of heat towards Red Sox Twitter. So
to be fair,
great.
they complain. They'll complain. Some of those people on Red Sox Twitter, they'll complain about anything just to have something to complain about. But it's also like people are losing their minds over Paxton being injured now. It's like, guys, it's like relax. Like this is why we have starting pitching depth though. This is why we have Sale and we have Kluber and Pivetta and Paxton and Bayo and Whitlock and Houck and Crawford and Matta and Murphy and Walter and Winkowski.
Here's what I will say with Paxton, right? Because I did see people have lost their minds. And the only thing that I do have to say about this is, if you honestly thought that James Paxton was going to make a huge contribution to this team, you need to, one, look at that contract and really think about that. And number two, look at his injury history and really think about that. And if you still think that, maybe you should go follow badminton or beach volleyball or something else.
James Paxton has gotten injured in each of his last 3 starts in a competitive game.
I'll say this about James Paxton. The guy was throwing.
Is that good?
Yeah,
yeah, probably new record.
But he's gonna come back just fine. But
They should call the injured list the James Paxton injured list. Sponsored by James Paxton. Injured list sponsored by James Paxton.
I've got a theory.
You know why he's called Big Maple? Do you guys know why he's called Big Maple?
From Canada.
No, he's called Big Maple because now that he's older, his limbs are just snapping while left and right. I'm sorry. I'll see myself out.
On a serious note, we missed some breaking news this week, and I do want to throw out our heartfelt hopes for a quick recovery to Tom Caron. He had a really dust up with a kitty down in Florida. Things got furry, his hair flying everywhere. Sorry, Mrs. Taylor. Yeah.
we need to update.
It was abject terror down there. I just hope that little feline intruder that horrified Mr. Caron's life, I hope he's back on the mend, and we hope to see him soon back on this. And I'm sure he's back already.
Okay, now that he isn't on the team, can we talk about how much of a piece of shit Matt Barnes is?
Well, we always knew.
Off the rails. Oh, I'm sorry. It's off the monster, not off the rails, right?
Off the monster, where we go off the rails all the time. And Mr. Taylor calls us OTH for off the hand, because that was a story of 2022. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you should see our group
I think we
text.
should
Mr.
talk
Taylor
about
always says OTH.
Yes, he does. All right, we should talk about Matt Barnes though, because that is some interesting stuff that he did say, and in my opinion, disrespectful. I mean, he tried to talk about how the organization and the fans are good, but he was treated like crap from Chaim Bloom. He just didn't say his name.
He just should have.
But that's pretty much what he alluded to. Yeah. And it's like, dude, you sucked last year. Sorry. Like,
let me bring up this point too. Chaim Bloom is one of the biggest Barnes guys in the organization. He's the one who gave Barnes the extension.
Right. Yeah, Barnes is never known for a mentally tough dude. I mean,
what did Barnes say?
All over his face every game.
He essentially tried to thank the Red Sox organization while shitting on Chaim Bloom, essentially.
Yeah.
No offense, but you can go fuck yourself.
Right. Yeah, it was basically, my time there was great and organization was good, just something along the lines of like people making decisions made bad decisions, or something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's
He's probably still upset at Kevin
this is-
Plawecki. We gotta talk about that
Right.
tweet. We gotta talk about that tweet from Kevin Plawecki
You're
I
gonna have to
missed
jog
it.
my memory on that one.
about
Yeah,
the
you're gonna
pitch
have-
clock.
Bring it on.
Oh,
Don't leave it.
yes. Go ahead, Stats. Go ahead.
Hold on, I gotta find that tweet. Hold on. Let me find the
Yeah,
tweet.
please do, because it was good. And
While he's
what I
finding
what I
that
liked
tweet-
was the
Go
well,
ahead.
hold on. He's gonna find the tweet, but then the responses on it were just awesome
All
because
right. Well, he's looking up that
uh,
tweet. Can we talk about how the Red Sox got around the new rule in baseball yesterday with Joey Gallo?
that's another thing to bring up, right?
Yeah.
The whole focus was the infield shift, right? They never talked about the outfield. And that's what I was looking for with Cora this year. What is he going to do to adapt to these things? And, how is he going to adjust? And I think it's a brilliant thing. I think you can still do that, and that's fine. And I like that. And,
Oh my god.
we've
I think it was like a
What?
big FU to MLB.
Hold
It's
on.
like, hey,
Oh,
we
it
don't
was.
care what you did. We're still gonna do whatever you want. All right, Stats.
Kevin Plawecki, first of all, during the playoffs last year, complained about Fox interviewing players in the dugout. So stop with that nonsense. Let the players stay locked in. I just found that tweet. However, Carabas tweeted out about the pitch clock violation, which with the bases loaded on the full count with 2 outs, it's caused the game to end in a tie between the Red Sox and Braves. And Carabas tweeted out, and Plawecki quote tweeted and said, "Damn joke is what it is about the pitch clock." And the replies are
Yes.
so wild. Oh my! Some
What-
of the replies were wild.
My favorite one is your pop time is a joke.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was my favorite too. That was my favorite. Your pop time is a
Oh.
joke. That's just flat out disrespectful.
It
Now
was.
that you mentioned,
It
I did
was.
see that tweet.
Yeah.
Hey, it's gonna be.
Plawecki,
I mean, it's definitely gonna be an interesting year with these time clocks, man. I don't. As an old timer, man, I don't like it. I hate the fact that a game can end with a guy at 9 seconds to get in the box, and he wasn't in the box in 8 seconds. It just doesn't sit well with me. It seems like something you do in the backyard or right before you try to get into school in the playground. All right, we're trying to move the game along. You're out. Next guy. Game's over.
Right. But I will say the counter I have to that is one thing that drives me absolutely batshit crazy. Is
Kevin Plawecki replied to someone.
Yeah,
Someone.
so hold on.
Hold on. Let me
I
finish
just
this.
found
Let
that.
him finish this.
I just found
Yeah,
that.
let me
Oh
finish.
my God.
So what drives me batshit crazy though is you're watching a game, it's late at night, you got to go to work, right? And you're invested in the game. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna watch this and see what happens, right? And it's 7th inning or something like that. Guy gets up and okay, it's a ball. He steps out the box, he walks around, he adjusts his gloves, he looks around, he waves hi to mom, he
All right. No
pussyfoots
Margassi
around, then
Parra.
he gets
Get to the
back in
point.
box. So right, and the point is, you take up that much time. Once he gets in the box, you have pitchers that were sitting there practically taking a damn nap, and then they walk around going, "Okay, well, I'll step." Speeding that up, I think, is just good in the sense of there's at least some urgency, because I get the whole strategy of, man, if a guy's locked in, you want to try to throw off his timing and stuff. But there's
there
other
was
ways
nothing
to do that.
annoying last year, and it really stood out to me last year more than anything. And we'll get to your stats after this comment. Is that the pitcher would hold the ball for like 20, 30 seconds, and he wouldn't throw the damn ball until that hitter stepped out.
Yeah.
It was just like, what the hell?
Oh,
Who was
Throw
that
the
dude in
fucking ball
Houston
already?
Luis Garcia.
Yeah, Luis Castillo, right? I mean, you had even announcers sitting there going, "Throw the damn ball," like, because he was just holding it.
And he was holding
what
it,
the
and then
problem
he
was.
also had that wind up where step back, step forward, step back, rock the baby, and like Oh my God, no. But it's terrible. Connor Siebold would be getting hammered, and he'd take like a minute to throw the pitch. It's like, God dang! It's like, throw the ball. It's like you're getting crushed anyways. It's not making a difference. We can either be done with this in 15 minutes, or you can take forever and be done in half an hour to an hour. Like, come on, let's go. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Did
There's a reason
anybody
he's on the Rockies
see? I think
now.
it was the Mariners. Did anybody see? I think it was the Mariners where the pitcher struck the guy out in like 19 seconds.
Wandy
That was
Peralta.
awesome.
It was Wandy Peralta.
So I guess I would
Yeah.
just say I would prefer if it was 10 seconds. What's 2 more seconds? Make it an even 10 seconds for the batter to get ready. 8 seconds.
I don't think it should be looking at the pitcher. I say as soon as the batters get 2 feet in the box, shouldn't matter whether he's looking at the pitcher. If the pitcher throws it and he's not looking, that's his fault.
Oh yeah,
that's what I say.
Right.
That's his fault.
Yeah.
Also, too, the umpire
say.
the umpire should maybe give him hey, get in the box.
Joe West was famous for it, man.
Right.
The pitcher be ready.
Yeah.
He'd throw the damn ball. I hated Joe West to save my life, but he did that to a few hitters.
Well, like when you get the
he's
pitch
like,
clock
and the
going
hitter's like, what the hell, man? He's like, yeah, we're not here for you, dude.
Yeah.
Fans
well, Joe West is
freaking-
like, you're here for me and my fat ass.
Here for
I did
me,
see
right.
Mr. I never
People
got a
paid to
call
see
wrong.
me.
I see one rule that should have been changed this year at all Major League Baseball parks. Since these games are most likely going to be shorter, they should open up or leave the concession stands open all game long.
Damn right. Beer all game long. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, here's how you fix it. You make sure you open the concession stands before the game and not like just 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
Like
That too.
start like when batting practice starts, open the concessions. Like why you wait until like 15 minutes before the game starts? Also, too,
That'd be great.
we should make a new rule. Whenever Angel Hernandez or Laz Diaz is umpiring, they must always use the automatic ball strike zone, the ABS.
You left out CB Buckner.
Hmm.
Him too.
Yeah,
he's a piece of shit.
Him too.
Yeah.
I don't have no understanding how any one of those idiots are still in
They
baseball.
get graded like super high by the MLB, and then you look at scorecards on Twitter, and it's like, no, they're horrible.
I'm
And
pretty sure every
the
team in the
gives
league hates them.
the MLB gives
Their egos are
umpires
just
an
off the
inch
charts.
allowance. Inch allowance on one side, inch allowance on the other side, inch allowance up, inch allowance down. So the strike zone might be this big, but they get graded on strike zone like this.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
like
it's the same in any sport: football, basketball, hockey, baseball, you name it. There's officiating that sucks. There's officiating that's great. In the playoffs, you're going to have your best officiating out
not
there.
in baseball.
And those 3 friggin' asshats won't be there.
Not in baseball. Anyone remember 2021 in the ALCS with Nate Eovaldi?
Oh yes.
Imagine having the automatic strike zone on that curveball to end game 3 or game 4, whatever game it was at Fenway.
That would have been awesome. Yep.
Red Sox win that series, so that pitch is called a strike.
Right. Yeah, they would have. Right. For sure. It was a momentum changer. And that's what happens too with these umpires is they can make a call and it does change momentum. And I get there's, the argument can be made out there that, well, just get over it and play harder, blah, 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 blah. But in a high pressure situation, you have a awful call that just goes completely the opposite
That's why I'm
direction
for the challenge
to you.
system.
Right. Right. Even for balls and strikes, there should be. And I know because it's so crucial. And I would say only during like the playoffs.
No, you get 3 a game. You get 3 a game. That's it.
Right.
No more, no less. Once you use your 3, you're done.
Right. Yeah,
That's
that
it.
would be fine.
That's it.
Because
Are they moving to that
Right.
ABS system anytime soon?
AAA, they're going to use the challenge system for half the year and the full system for the other half of the year.
But the automated pitch
Yeah.
system.
Yeah, that's the same thing. The ABS automatic ball strike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know that. That'll be interesting. Unfortunately, there aren't any AAA teams around here.
Yeah, I like
do you
the
have any
challenge
Do
system.
you have any AAA teams down there, Taylor?
We'll get a AA team, the Missions for I think they're for the Padres,
Missions.
if I'm not
I
mistaken.
thought they were Brewers, weren't they?
Brewers.
Brewers.
Are they
yeah.
Brewers?
You
Yeah.
got to go watch Jackson
Brewer-
Chirrio then.
Yeah, Jackson
Yep.
Chirrio is probably
He's
what is
still
he-
18.
Yep.
He's still
But
18.
where is he
Yes.
rated in MLB prospects?
I think 6th.
6. So you might
Outrageous.
be looking at
Yeah.
a Wander Franco
No.
down there.
his
No,
height-
I'm just saying for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh my god. Yeah,
That-
he might be higher than that by the time he gets ready for the big leagues.
Yeah, the kid's an absolute friggin' stud.
Tools off the page.
Yeah. So if you get a chance to take the family over there, go catch a game and see it. Well, if he's playing,
it'll only be at the start of the year though, because he'll be in AAA in no time.
Yeah, you could be our scout to see how good this kid actually is.
Oh my! His tools jump off the table. He doesn't turn 19 for like another week.
Yeah,
He was playing in Double A.
I gotta take a rifle with me though, because it's in a shitty part of San Antonio. So if I go, I have to get dressed up again with the Kevlar vest and the helmet and the rifle.
Well, it's no different than us go to the south side of Chicago to catch a White Sox game. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And there go White Sox fans on Twitter.
All right, let me get to what Plawecki said. So
not even the south side anymore.
So Plawecki tweeted about what damn joke is what it is about the pitch clock, whatever. Someone replied and said it's not a joke. Get in the box and get ready to swing the bat. ... Plawecki replied saying, "John, I'm sorry, but you're not a fan of the game if you want to see an automatic strike call in that situation when a guy has a chance to win the game. Doesn't matter what team it is. That's why we all compete. It's spring training. Get your panties out of a bunch. Be a man." And figure it out.
Is Plawecki still even playing?
No one signed him. That's how bad he is.
Yeah. I didn't see Vasquez got called on the 8-second strike clock today, though.
Some people give me crap. I've said it before elsewhere that Plawecki was one of my least favorite players on the team last year. Why? Because I knew he wasn't going to be on the team, so I wasn't going to pick someone who I wasn't going to pick. Like Kike, because Kike is obviously going to be on the 2023 team. Get Plawecki off the team. I knew Plawecki wasn't going to be on the team in 2023 because he sucks. He had one good year in 2021.
Kike hasn't got a hit this year, by the way.
His pop time is horrendous. Like, it's not even a joke. It's literally the worst in the league.
Yeah, it was awful.
Can you explain pop time?
I could run on Plawecki. I
think all of us could run on Plawecki.
For the simple-minded of us out there, what is pop time?
The pop time is a time for when Plawecki catches the ball to when the ball reaches second base after when he's trying to throw a runner out.
Oh, so it sucked is what you're saying.
It's horrific. People talk about his noodle arm. His arm strength is below average. It's not the worst. His pop time is terrible. It essentially means it takes him forever to catch the ball and then get up to throw it and then finally get it out of his hand. Essentially.
So you didn't know what pop time was either, Brown? Because
my pop time in my 20s was fantastic. I'll tell you though. The girls say it.
I don't have a pop time at my age anymore. I'm just lucky to be able to get up in the morning and walk around without fucking
the only pop time I have are on my knees and my elbows now.
Exactly.
Okay, let's start. Okay, yeah. Catcher pop time. For pop time to second base, Kevin Plawecki was second worst with a 2.11 second pop time. The only one that was worse was Stephen Vogt, and Vogt was retiring after last year, and he's like 40. And he only tried to pick, and someone only stole him 7 times because he barely caught.
So the 7 times were probably in one game.
Yeah, Kevin Plawecki's arm strength was 4th worst out of all catchers at 75.9 miles per hour.
So stats, I want to bring up one thing before we get into your stats and chat. When you were looking up that tweet, we talked about the Joey Gallo scenario, what happened yesterday.
Yep.
With Cora, how he got around the new rule.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Do you think we're going to see a lot of that this year?
I think we'll see it unless Manfred just goes, fuck off. Like, no, you can't do that. I'm not going to lie.
And he might.
I'm not going to lie, though. If a team wants to do that and put no one in left center or left field, and they get burnt by it.
Yeah, you're going to get a triple.
That's on them.
Yeah.
Right.
Even the slowest guy in the league is going to get a triple.
Dude, you could do that shift on Miguel Cabrera, except flip it the other way, and he'd get a triple on it.
Exactly.
And he's what, 45?
Right. And that was my whole argument with the infield shift, right? Is you can leave it in place. I just think hitters should go the opposite direction.
But they
if they want
can't
to start doing this in outfield, they can go. Well, and I know, like me and you about that before. They say they can't. I don't buy that.
Well, okay. Here's part of the problem why they can't. Well, why they can't. You know why? Because the team would rather have them trying to hit a double or triple or home run than just poke a single the other way. Right. Because the chances of getting a double, the chances of getting a hit in the first place and it being a double is more productive than just based on the chances of you hitting a single. And they're just like, nah, try and hit for power. We don't care.
Right. It's one of they play the numbers game where it's like,
Yeah.
well, if this happens, it's a lot more productive.
Yeah, but now if you
than
poke
when
it to
it's not
left field and you get a guaranteed double at minimum, then you might be
Right.
more inclined to take it.
Right. Because like to me, trust me, I am nowhere near a genius in math. But if you get a guy on base and you hit a home run, that's 2 runs.
Yeah.
So
The
if
thing
your
with
guy
hitting the
is
the
probably
thing with
not
hitting the single was, I think another thing with hitting the single was, yeah, he might just poke it to left and hit a single. He might be like, you might have your number 4 hitter in your lineup, poke it over for a single, and then the number 5 guy comes, hits, and it's a double play. And that's
Can I
just
ask you guys an
wasted it.
important question? Should I rename this cat Bruin or Pasta?
pasta for sure.
Well, he just scratched me.
Yeah.
He agreed with you.
Oh, well, in that case, I might name him like
Might be Bruin. Because of the
Yeah.
claws on that cat.
Right.
But it's a mini bear.
So I'll finish with
Taylor
this.
would say, "What the hell
So
you
I'll
growing
finish
up there?"
So I'll finish this thought with the shift and what we saw. Because like I said, doing the simple math of 2 runs, if a guy hits a home run, 2 runs is better than 1, right? And what I like about this with what Cora did, I think you'll see some more managers do it. Hopefully Manfred doesn't trip all over himself and say, no, you can't do that. What I meant was no shift at all, or whatever the hell he wants to do. I hope not, because I would like to see major league hitters make an adjustment. Like, I know this is, they can't. No, they can. Take what you're given.
It's
If
not that
somebody
they
is going to give
can't,
you a walk,
it's the team doesn't want them to do it.
Right. But here's the thing. If, like, my opinion, right? And again, this is, this is classic baseball, right? If you are up 3-0 in the count, you do not swing at a damn thing because you take that walk. If they got 10 guys over in freaking right field and nobody in left field, poke it. Take what they're giving you. And it's like, these hitters, well, no, I don't want to do that. Or these managers, well, no, because if they can hit it over there, it's more productive to do this and XYZ. And if we do Pythagorean theorem, we'll win the game and all that. No, take what you're given. And if you have more guys on base, you can score more runs. That's a fact.
Tell that 3-0 no swing to Fernando Tatis Jr. and see what he says.
Right.
To be fair, I'm kind of I do think we gotta get away from like, oh, you're not supposed to swing on 3-0. The guy throws it right down the middle. What do you want the hitter to do?
Right. I mean, unless you see something dead on that you know you can hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
That's that. Well, that's kind of like that was like the rule of thumb for me growing up. It was like, unless it's right down the middle, don't swing. But if it's right down the middle, be ready to pull the trigger.
Right. And for these guys being, as seasoned as they are, once they get to the major leagues, if you're up 3-0, if you are sitting dead red fastball or dead red curveball or whatever pitch and you see it, fine. But if you see anything else, don't.
Unless you're Javi Baez, then don't swing because he'll swing and miss. Have you seen the video of someone took the video of him swinging and missing by foot to like Sister Jean? Oh, no, was it Sister Jean from Loyola, Chicago? And you're throwing it underhanded.
Yes. They made like a full sequence of like, I think they did it with 50 Cent too. His first pitch and Javi Baez swinging. Like, oh, it was so good.
Oh my god. Javi Baez is such a myth to me. Like, I don't know. Like, he does some stuff that's like wildly spectacular, and it's like, how the hell did you do that? Then he swings and misses by about 15 feet, and it's like, oh, how the hell did you do that?
He's the shortstop version of Nuke LaLoosh from Bull Durham. $1 million arm, 10-cent head.
Oh my gosh, that's wild. All right, let's get into stats and shats.
Yeah, that's a good. This is a good time to get into stats chat. You've been holding out this one like a girl on her prom night, so let's get it out there.
Oh my gosh. I think
and I got canceled. That's how Jeff Brown got canceled on Twitter, folks.
I think
we're back to off the rails.
On the rails. Well, this might be a little off the rails. Who knows? Okay. What's your favorite breakfast food? Everyone, go. Not like food, like one thing, not like a whole like omelet with this. It's just like one
blueberry muffin.
Oh,
Jeremy,
waffles.
Mr. Taylor,
Jack Daniels.
Okay.
Oh,
and we're back to off the rails.
If you're having a sandwich with egg and cheese in it, What do you want? What else do you want in it?
Bacon.
Bacon. Okay, there we go. We're gonna work off that. Bacon. I found a stat that might be the greatest stat ever invented. Batting average on contact. Abbreviated BACON. Bacon.
Blood alcohol content on numbers? I don't know.
BACON.
All right, you were searching for bacon. Let's hear them out.
Bacon.
Give us
You
some
ready for
bacon
this?
stats.
The leader in bacon. So
let me get this straight. This is a Stats McGuire stat, never to be heard from before. Bacon stats. Mark your calendar, March 4th, 2023. Bacon stats. Here we go.
yes, here's
Bacon.
why we're going to talk about bacon. You ready for this? So, batting average on contact. It's essentially like BABIP, batting average on balls in play. However, batting average on balls in play doesn't include it doesn't include fouls. It doesn't include home runs because those are considered out of play. However, batting average on contact does include home runs because you still made contact on them, right?
Yep.
We're going to go through the top 5 seasons of bacon. I'm calling it bacon because I can. Top 5 seasons of bacon. Who are the top 5 since 2015? What are the top 5? The 5 players with the top 5 seasons with the highest bacon.
Oscar Mayer.
No, we'll start at number 5
Jim
and go to
Beam.
number 1. We'll start at number 5. All right. This guy this player had a 443 bacon in 2022.
I can't concentrate every time you say bacon.
I know this, but the thing is, I love it. Like
I feel like we
this is
turn into
great.
the Remy Don Orsello hour over here.
Here comes the pizza.
Could you put my tooth back in?
All right, this guy had a 443 bacon last year in 2022, leading the MLB. Plays for the Yankees.
Oh, Judge.
Yep, Aaron Judge is 5th.
All right.
4th, in 2019, this guy had a 447 bacon. He is a former Red Sox top prospect who plays for the White Sox.
Oh,
Moncada.
Yep, Yoan Moncada in 2019 had a 447 bacon. In 2020,
this is catchy.
In 2020, this former New York Met had a 448 bacon. He is now a San Francisco Giant.
He was a Met, and now he's a Giant.
Signed with the Giants this offseason.
See, when you said Met and bacon, I thought it was going to be Bartolo Colon, but
I thought it was going to be Jerry Seinfeld.
all right, former Met, now a Giant. Oh man,
plays the outfield.
Is it Conforto? Did he go to the?
Yep, Michael Conforto.
Oh, yep.
All right.
Nice, Taylor.
Second in 27, this guy finds himself for a second inclusion in the top 5, as in 2017 he posted a 456 bacon. Who was it?
Judge.
Yep, Aaron Judge. And then first in 2020, this guy posted a 456 bacon as well. In 2020, he is known for a domestic violence issue, and he plays for the Atlanta Braves.
Acuna?
Acuna.
Close.
Wow. We
Wrong
all
name.
think bad things of Acuna.
Wrong name. Wrong name.
Right.
Not Acuna. It kind of rhymes with that.
Like
Ozuna.
Yep.
Ozuna.
Marcelo
Ozuna.
Marcelo Ozuna.
That's who I meant.
I apologize,
That's who I meant.
Ronald
Can we,
Acuna Jr.
on
Yes.
the fact of Off the Monster podcast, we'd all like to apologize
Yes,
to
to
Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yes. All right. Well, let's take this a
Yes.
step further. They have the bacon stat. You know what they also have?
Hash browns.
Expected bacon. Yes, we're going there.
Is that like turkey bacon?
It's their expected bacon. So you know how you have expected batting average, expected.
Yeah.
This is expected
Yep.
bacon.
Yeah, it's turkey bacon.
Expected
It's that
bacon.
shit that they serve at the cafeteria.
Number 5 in 2021, this guy put up a 426 expected bacon. Plays for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Goldschmidt.
Goldschmidt.
He's an outfielder.
Oh no. Outfielder.
Yep.
So I was
Big
going to say
year.
Arenado, but
Big year in 21, had a down year in 22.
I can't think of a single outfielder who plays for the fucking Cardinals right now.
Yeah, nobody likes the Cardinals.
He has an apostrophe in his
Yeah.
last name.
that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Is
Man.
it like
All right.
Denard? Or
No,
some shit like
it's
that?
Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, I'd never would have got that.
Oh shit!
All right. Third and fourth place. In 2021, this guy had a 431 expected bacon, and in 2022, his expected bacon was 437.
And our hints are what?
Judge.
He's at place. Yeah, it's Aaron Judge.
Okay.
Second is
Judge.
this in 2020, this former Toronto Blue Jay had an expected bacon of 440. He was just traded to the Seattle Mariners this offseason.
Oh crap! What the hell's his name?
Is it the catcher?
Nope. Outfielder.
Yeah, outfielder. Son of a
First name starts with a T.
Arson Judge.
Teoscar Hernandez.
Yep, Teoscar Hernandez.
Yep.
And first in
Yep.
2017, this guy had an expected bacon of 466. He was the number 3 and number 4 guy in this top 5.
Judge.
Yep, Aaron Judge. All right, we're going to take this a step further. You ready for
Okay.
this? Now you have weighted OBA, weighted on base average on contact, which is WO bacon.
Without bacon. Wow. I feel sorry for those people.
So your WO bacon, 5th and 4th in 2020 were these two Atlanta Braves teammates with a 546 and a 548 weight WO bacon. Wait, we're calling it a WO.
Ozuna and Acuna.
Yep, Ozuna and Acuna. And third, this former Washington National in
Soto.
2015 had a 549 WO bacon.
Soto.
2015, Soto wasn't playing in 2015.
Oh, 2015.
Harper.
Harper.
Yep,
Harper,
Bryce
yeah.
Harper. Bryce
Yeah,
Harper.
Harper.
And then first and second. In 2017, this guy had a 600 WO bacon, and in 2022, he had a 602 WO bacon.
Judge.
Yep, Aaron Judge. And now we're going to take it.
So Judge likes bacon. That's what
Yes.
I'm getting from this.
Well, we're
Judge
going to take
likes
this
bacon.
an even further step forward. This one might be the funnest one.
He
We're
seems like a
gonna do-
vegetarian to me, but
We're going to do the top 6 now. We're going to do the top 6 because 1 and 2 are the same guy. So
Judge.
we'll do the top. Yeah. So number
Plawecki.
6, the number 6, and then we're going to talk about this is now you had WO bacon. Now you have expected weighted on base on contact. So XWO bacon.
extra bacon. We're just gonna call it extra bacon.
So this guy's XWO bacon in 2020 was 564. I have compared this guy to Bobby Dahlbeck, saying Bobby Dahlbeck is a more athletic version of this guy. Former Minnesota Twin who is currently a free agent.
Oh
It's not Kepler, is it?
Nope.
no.
Former corner infielder. Well, he still is a corner infielder, actually.
No, not Sano.
Yep,
Sano's
Miguel
fucking-
Sano.
Yeah.
Is it
No.
Sano?
Yep.
All right. 5th in
Nice
2015, this guy had an XWO bacon at 566. In 2015, he played for the Baltimore Orioles then.
Machado.
Nope.
Oh, who was the first baseman?
Like Chris Davis?
Yep,
Chris Davis.
Yeah, and he had he fell off a freaking cliff.
That was an amazing contract.
Yeah. Oh wow.
All right. In 2021, this AL MVP had a 570 XWO bacon.
Trout.
2021.
What was it again?
2021 AL MVP. Come on.
It has to be Trout.
No.
Shohei.
Yes, thank you, Shohei.
Oh,
All
I
right,
feel like
we're there.
Trout's won it every year for the last 10
All right.
years.
I'll save the third place one for last. First and second is Aaron Judge. A 611 XWO bacon and then a 641 XWO bacon in 20.
You got to come up with better nicknames than this to sell the bacon. I'm just saying. This XW bacon.
Extra bacon. Extra
Yeah.
bacon.
Extra
Well,
bacon.
Wall bacon, extra
He-
bacon.
He took a beautiful word like bacon, and he just mathed it to death.
Yeah.
And
And he threw some
I-
judge on it too.
Yes.
right, like
Don't judge my bacon, Dan.
right. What? you told us that Judge likes bacon, so I
Yes.
got that part of it. Apparently, Judge is also pretty good when it comes to swinging the bat. We kind of figured that out. So
Yeah.
here is the question. Does this have any relevance to anybody who plays on the Red Sox? Do they like bacon? Are the Red Sox anti-bacon?
We will get to that in a second.
All right, because we gotta.
All right.
All right,
This guy was third highest XWO bacon since 2015. In 2017, this guy put up a 570 XWO bacon. He is a player who was the most hated player by Yankees fans in 2022.
Devers.
No,
No.
A Red Sox.
Hated.
not a Red Sox player. He was the most
Oh.
Yankee. He was a player that the Yankees fans hated the most last year.
Fucking
That's who I would have picked.
was it what's the kid that is it the guy that plays for San Diego, Manny Machado?
No, not Manny Machado.
I feel like that motherfucker's
In
hated everywhere.
2017, when he did this, he played for the Texas Rangers.
Gallo.
Yep, Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
He loves him some bacon.
Yeah, I could see him loving some bacon.
Just for reference, Taylor, there's one place where Machado might not be hated, and that is New York because of what he did to Pedroia. So,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, Manny Machado can go fuck off.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Here's an interesting fact on the bacon stat. You ready for this?
I'm
Just
hungry.
I feel like this is the mayo part of the bacon.
All right.
Here comes the mayo.
This
I
is
hate
the
mayo.
mayo of our BLT.
I hate mayo.
Anyone take a
mind
guess? Which Red Sox player had the highest bacon in 2022? I will give you the
obvious
number.
answer
It was
would be
three.
Devers.
It was 383.
I don't think it's Devers.
I know
Verdugo.
that's like that would be the most
Verdugo.
obvious.
It is not. It is
I don't
not
think-
Devers.
I'd
It's
say Verdugo.
It's not Verdugo.
Kike.
Not Kike.
No, Kike
Son of
barely
a-
played.
He's not in the Red Sox
Lowecky.
anymore.
Bogarts.
Yep, Xander
Martinez.
Bogaerts.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
The Red Sox,
Man, I
the
thought-
bacon rankings. Xander Bogaerts at 383. JD Martinez at 372. Rafael Devers at 369.
This is why we sucked the last few years. Our bacon intake has not been that high.
Oh,
Yeah.
Get those bacon.
We
need to
gotta
those
get the bacon numbers up.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
more bacon, guys.
Those are amateur bacon numbers. You gotta ramp them bacon numbers up.
All right,
We
quick
need more
quick
bacon.
question on this
You gotta eat
one
bacon
though.
at least twice a day.
Quick question with this: does Plawecki hate bacon? He
Oh
probably
my
does
God.
by the numbers.
I'm gonna, have to,
pops up
I'm
as
gonna have to
bacon.
lower the minimum plate appearance number. Hold on. Let's see. Where's Kevin Plawecki? Let's sort by name.
It's like negative
Yeah.
like 5,321.28 bacon.
Hey, I gotta hop off soon, guys.
All right.
Yes. Let me try and find Kevin Plawecki's bacon. It's probably not much.
Yeah, while you look at that, I know we got a busy week coming up. We got Chris
do?
Henrique on Tuesday, and if you want to do a plug for our special guests on Thursday, which usually we'll get those podcasts out the next day. Tuesday will be out on Wednesday, and Thursday will be out on Friday. This is Taylor. Who's your special guest coming in on Thursday?
Well, he just confirmed right now, ironically, as you were literally talking. That would be Chris Castillo. Will be joining us next Thursday evening here on Off the Monstah. It's gonna be fucking wild to have that dude on. I mean,
Break out the
it's,
ice cream, man. Break out the ice cream.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get some soft serve and send it to him.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's a big week coming up. So we appreciate everybody that
Yeah.
listens.
For those
you
of you
even-
first, this is your first time watching this. This is not our norm. This is Saturday night. We're just having some fun, getting some stuff
just
out
ripping.
there. Yeah, we're just
riffing.
just ripping. Exactly. We'll be
Yeah,
back to our normal selves.
we grabbed some bacon
being
and we
highly
went off the rails.
professional.
I think we definitely did. We got some bacon. I will tell you, Jaron Duran's bacon last year was 316. And Bobby Dahlbeck's was 335.
Can you do a projected bacon?
No, I don't know if I can find that, honestly.
Uh,
I can't find it right this second. I'm still trying to
So
look
no,
for
I'm just saying I would
okay.
like you to bring up bacon with Mr. Castillo.
I don't know if they have that for projections, but maybe.
No, no. Well, just bring up
But
bring
you
up
can
your
talk
bacon.
about it with
I
them.
want you to sell your bacon. I
Alex
want you to
Verdugo-
sell, I
Alex
want
Verdugo
you
had a
to
324
sell the
bacon
bacon
last
to him.
Verdugo had a 324 bacon last year.
Sell me this pen, would you?
Oh my gosh.
I don't think Stats has seen The Wolf of Wall Street, dude.
No, I'm gonna go watch it as soon as I get off. Though I love that fucking movie.
Oh my gosh. It sucks. I cannot find Plawecki.
That's all right.
Well,
This
he
is-
sucks and he hates bacon, so
He
I'm
probably
just gonna
does
leave
hate
it at
bacon.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
Franchi
he does.
Cordero had a 349 bacon last year.
he's
and
got a
rest of-
gag reflux.
not-
He's
Oh,
popping
I
up all
found
the
it. I found it. I found it.
No way.
I
No
found
way.
it. Kevin Plawecki. I will go through all 4 of them. Kevin Plawecki in 2022
Oh my god.
had a 270 bacon, a 280 expected bacon, a 269 WO bacon or WO bacon, and he had a 281 XWO bacon or XWO bacon.
Vegetarians eat more bacon than that. That's pathetic.
Yeah.
I definitely will not be fucking eating bacon over the next few days.
I'm eating bacon tomorrow. Are you kidding me? That's all I want now is bacon. I'm
running to Wally World now to
I'm
get
gonna have
some.
myself a bacon sandwich as soon as I get off the podcast.
I should have brought some bacon.
Yeah.
I have bacon in the fridge. I should have grabbed it before we started recording so I could show
Somebody
Yeah,
you.
I'm
asked
gonna
me the other
order a
day.
pizza.
When you open up a package of bacon, what do you do with the leftover bacon? What the hell's leftover bacon?
Exactly.
Oh, Kevin Plawecki knows what leftover bacon is.
Oh, with this bacon story could go in the wrong direction. So,
Kevin Plawecki probably likes bacon shoved up his ass.
righty then.
Oh,
Stats
there
Master
we
said,
go.
Mr. Taylor, Jeremy, this has been.
He
Off the
eats it like
Monster
licorice when it's
because
raw.
After tonight, they'll probably never let us do a
He eats it
podcast
like a fruit
again.
roll up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Hopefully
I
the
will say
SEC
this,
doesn't
gents.
get a hold of this podcast.
Hopefully not. And I will say this: out of all of us that I thought would go that in depth with any kind of bacon insult or anything like that, Stats was not on the board. So just that was an underdog coming up out of nowhere to just snatch that title. So
Kevin Plawecki has
Wow,
rubbed me the
that-
wrong way many times. And I don't mean like Reese McGuire rubbing his thing in Dollar Tree.
and here we go. So okay,
We're
so
off the rails.
in professional,
That's a good place to end it, folks.
it is. It is.
I do want to thank our followers to getting us over to 100 followers on Twitter.
Kevin
we did
Plawecki
put out
probably
a-
asked Reese McGuire
did
to
put out
rub
a
him in the
little giveaway.
clubhouse.
So if you have not answered, please direct message myself or the Off the Monster podcast page with your information so I can get those cards out to you. And
Yes.
we plan
Our
on
big
doing
winners.
giveaways like that throughout the year. I mean, I'm a huge baseball card collector along with other sports, but very much in the baseball field. So we'll be putting out some stuff on the Twitter page for people to win in the future. And maybe Mr. Taylor can rip some unique stuff off of Fenway South. I know you have everything in your place over there, but maybe you can find something to part with. Maybe a pom-pom or two. I don't know.
Hey,
We may
Hey,
we may
Jeff,
do something.
And we'll get Jeremy to like cut some bricks out of Fenway.
I was gonna say I can chisel off
Fenway
some
North.
concrete for myself. So
I'm
we do
pretty
that.
sure. I'm pretty sure Nathan Valdi was upset Plawecki left because he took all the bacon with him.
And we're still with Plawecki.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to Off the Monster for Mr. Brown, Mr. Taylor, Jeremy. I'm Derek. Thanks for tuning in. Check out our Twitter, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great night, everybody.